welcome to 40 Days of Holiness. I'm Daryl Stetler. Grab your workbook, and if you don't have one, go to 40daysofholiness.com and get yours, okay? Here's today's theme, Day 5. Jesus is the perfect expression, the perfect human expression of holiness. It's one thing to talk about God being holy and dwelling in unapproachable light. It's one thing to talk about Him being separate from creation, higher, better, more pure than we can possibly imagine. But what would it look like if God injected His holiness into the created realm and people, someone, became holy? Is human holiness even possible? Yes, it absolutely is. You see, God became man, and in the person of Jesus Christ. This is incredibly valuable for us because it allows us to define what perfect human holiness looks like. We'll never have infinite power or be uncreated. We will never have infinite presence and be everywhere. We'll never know everything, but God never called us to do that. But He did call us to be holy. So what does it look like for a human to be holy? And the answer is it looks exactly like Jesus. Nothing more, nothing less. Holiness is Christ-likeness. If someone asks you during this 40 days of focus on holiness, what are you seeking for? What are you looking for? Here's the simple answer. I'm seeking to find out how much of Jesus God can produce in me during this life. I'm seeing how much like Jesus I can be in my life, my heart, my mind, my attitudes. Maximum holiness equals maximum Christ-likeness. Now, some denominations and Bible teachers within the Christian tradition will not agree with everything I'm going to teach you in this 40 days. Some of them would tell you that things like, well, reaching perfection in this world is just not possible. And I partly agree, depending on how you define perfection. Some of your family or friends might not agree, right? Some of the most common phrases in every worldly person's theology is, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But that's only partially true. I can't teach people how to reach total human perfection, where you never make a mistake, or you never stumble, you never misunderstand, you never get tired, never regret, never have to apologize and go back and say, I'm sorry. But I'm not teaching you any perfection that would mean you cannot improve or you cannot grow. That's not what we're looking for. Instead, I want to encourage you to seek this and only this, to maximize the amount of Jesus-likeness you have in your heart and life. So, if you've been seeking anything more than Jesus-likeness, Christ-likeness, adjust your expectations. If you've been seeking anything less than full Jesus-likeness, Christ-likeness, change that today, because He's the standard of what human holiness looks like. When He calls you to follow me, He's saying, follow me into holiness. So today, let's just focus our minds and our hearts on Jesus and say, Jesus, what can you do in me today? What can you do in me during this time to produce the holiness, the Christ-likeness, the full amount of the measure and the stature of Jesus that you can produce in my heart and life? All right, that's what we're looking for together. Thanks for being here. Make sure you take time to do the workbook. If you haven't downloaded it and printed it out, we're still just 5 days into this 40-day journey. Get a hold of that book, all right? Get a hold of that workbook, 40daysofholiness.com. Print it out if you haven't already. Do the exercises. Don't skip them, all right? And spend the time, meditate on it, pray over it, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for being here.